All right, guys. Let's see who's up to join in, huh? Good morning, everybody. Well, nobody's watching, so I'm gonna start off. I did kind of drop this in the middle of the week and then move it out to Friday. Hey, Brian. Sorry, man. If that was you this morning, I was setting up. This is my first time doing the screen share stuff, so I'm watching on my phone to keep up with the chat since I only have the single screen on the computer. The laptop is actually closed with my HDMI cable plugged into my entertainment center. All right. I remember where I was now. So I'm at the end of Act 1. This is the Forge. And you have to jump through some hoops to get to this area. But I'm assuming I can make adamantine weapons with this. I've got a bunch of the crucible parts needed and at least one vein of ore I found for it. I don't know if you can smelt other stuff. I quit the other night after you walk in here, you get a surprise attack. So we're going to cast my filler spells. I'm running with Will, who's the warlock that starts out. Karlak is the starting barbarian. And this is the character I made. She is a level 6 ranger now. Rangers have not been listed as one of the better classes, but I really enjoy it. I think everything's pretty playable. Yeah, it does look great. It's amazing. And look, the no longer is your perspective locked in these type of games. This is what I love. This engine, I hope they use this engine for other games. It's amazing. So that's my ranger, and this is a character you can buy characters basically. You hire hirelings, but the hirelings it's weird. They're controlled by a creature that you can find at the beginning that you really need to find at the beginning. But she's a hireling because I wanted a bard. And bards in this game, I'd heard bards in fifth edition D&D were pretty OP, and I can attest she casts wizard spells, cleric spells. She starts out, the bard starts out with proficiency in hand crossbows, so you can equip 2 hand crossbows. So I have a +1 and this fire stoker that I found. I've been all over the magic items. This is a magic item specific for bards that you find at the beginning of the Underdark. So that's why I recommend having a bard, or at least hiring a bard in your party. She also has, I just found these wondrous gloves as well. Those you find here at the end of Act 1. So you can see this game is extensive, guys. Like, inventory management is crazy. I'll spend an hour sometimes trying to clean up my inventory. As you can see, each can carry unlimited items up to a weight limit. You're encumbered. And you're incentivized to pick up even torches. So look, this sells for a single gold, but everything sells for a single gold. So if you pick up rotten tomatoes will sell for 1 gold apiece. So if you have a stack of 10 of them, you got 10 gold. Which ain't shabby. It's like bones here. I got a stack of 13 bones. That'll be 13 gold when I sell it. So this place, like I said, is just gorgeous. And we're going to go into an ambush here. So I want to make sure everybody's ready. So cast his armor spell that will last until I take a rest period. And I think I'll go ahead and do. This is one of the reasons I like the Bard too. Bardic Inspiration. Now, Karlak has everybody I give this Bardic Inspiration to will get extra die 8 to any rolls that they need to do. So if you're doing perception rolls, if you're doing persuasion rolls, if you're doing deception rolls, if you're doing arcane rolls, any roll that you have, it'll automatically just add an extra die 8 to it, which is amazing. It's a one-time use. You can reapply it. She only gets so many for every rest period. Every long rest period she gets, I think she has 5 now with the item that I have equipped. At any rate, if you're doing something over and over again, like when we were in the Underdark, my main character is a ranger, so I had her pulling flowers off of these items you can get potion materials out of. And I had to stop doing the Bardic Inspiration because she was using it up every time. So I just left it off of her until we had an encounter that I needed her talking in. She can't give herself inspiration, so we'll just do away with that. But as a ranger, I have my ranger companion, which I found that the flying companions are just the best. So we'll bring that one into existence. And then we have a familiar. So I can do another raven familiar. So I got 2 ravens. And both of those can cause blind in your enemies. And they fly, which flight in this game is just amazing. And my warlock, he also gets summoning a familiar. But since he's a warlock, he can summon demons. And you get an imp. And the imp flies and can cast invisibility on itself. And this little button I hear is toggling group mode. So if you have group mode on, the imp will follow Will. If you have it off, he won't. So we're going to disengage the imp like this. And then we're going to fly the imp. Since he's invisible and shouldn't trigger this, we'll fly him over here and move him, just somewhere like that. And I'll go ahead and ungroup everybody because I want Will up here. And I want my ranger up here. Now I have my ranger. Uh, when I leveled her up at level 3, you get feats, and her feats are, well, I gave her a sharpshooter, which gives her a bunch of extra damage, but I missed out on. Oh no, don't go down there. I missed out on. What was it? Oh yes, getting the extra attribute points, which attribute points I think a little more OP. I can go over all that. People have gone over all that. I'm just doing some gameplay for you guys. So we'll set you right here. And we'll go ahead and send our tank on in. Let's cause this to happen. Well, surprise. All right. Who moves first? Well, they decided to open up on Brenna, huh? Let's see. No. So it doesn't look like these two are in combat. Or they are in combat. Sometimes if you ungroup and you leave your people off to the side, if they're not visible by the enemies, they will be out of combat. So you can still move them around and position them before they end up in the combat cycle. So we have her first. So when we're off the wrong topic, we'll just click there. And we'll go ahead and switch her to a ranged weapon and start murdering. Now, when I pop these guys, they spray lava. All right. Now I have 2 bow attacks, and then I get an optional, an add-on, which you can see some of these. If I was in close combat, I could do another, my offhand damage still, even after using my bow. Or I can pop items. And, oh, fire resistance. Yes, that's helpful. We'll go ahead and end her turn. All right, so I am in close combat. Don't really want to be, but hopefully this doesn't kill me with splash damage. Oh, good. Let's see. And I'll try a shove attack on one of them, see if I can't. I shoved him out of the cloud of daggers, but it don't really matter to me right now. See if I can. Oh, I don't have the resources to jump now that I did a shove. So I will fly down here. Ow. Why it flew through the cloud of daggers, I cannot tell you. It did, though. AIs are stupid when you have like a cloud of daggers up or these fire this is lava on the ground where they've exploded, and I don't know, they just walk through it anyway. AIs don't seem to care. So that's my only real complaint with the AI in the game so far. As invisible, you see he was out of my turn cycle. I forgot I had to move him over and attack with him. All right, I got another raven. We're going to fly down here. Oh, well, that was my imp. Oh, well. Crap. All right, Karlak. She's laughing because she's in the middle of all of it. I change. Oh, I do have Rage Bear still. And I'll switch to my main weapon, the Sword of Justice, and start popping some things. Ow. Mm. I can't use a potion now. So let's see. What do we want to do with our Warlock? We'll have him just start popping things. All right. And you can see I can jump down from where I'm at up here, but I'll take 7 damage. And I'll have to do that in a second unless these move in closer. Because that's outside of my range, just barely outside of my normal range. You can see my extended range is way out there, but you lose hit as you go out further. So let's go ahead and stop that. Now, this blade of daggers is obviously in my way, not doing me any good, and I can cancel it early now. So I can, and I recommend jumping and not walking through the fire, although she walked through part of it to do the jump. So I'll do the hand crossbows against him. And since I used a jump, I only got the one bow. You see, he's saved against the fire splash because he's a demon and he likes fire. I can't make it if I run, but if I fly over here, I can still attack him. There we go. That's that encounter down. Let's, ow, these people to stop walking through the fires, but they're going to do it anyway. Brianna seems to have hurt herself, so we're going to heal her. All right. Now let's start picking up the dead. Heart-shaped rock. Oh, an ingredient for a new oil I don't have. Oil of combustion. Nice. And it has an agate too. So it was a pretty easy little run of these things. After what I had to fight to get over here, I guess I did. You don't have to kill a bunch of people that you encounter just prior to this area, but I did because I like experience, and they're all bad. So play the bad guys. And if you notice my crew, I'm running with the good guys. I decided my first run through was going to be. Ow. They stepped in the lava proper. Stupid AI. Let's see back over here. Always a crap ton of stuff to explore. Always a crap ton of stuff to pick up. Ooh, that's very nice. A scroll of blight. 8 die 8 of damage. I think there is a way to teach yourself spells from scrolls. I don't think Will gets to be able to do that as a warlock. The one sorcerer I have that you start with, uh, he eats magic items. After he ate, like after he gave me no choice but to sacrifice a magic item that I really wanted, I stopped using him and pulled Will out. Will does a fine enough job. Let's see what Sharon's registry has to say. Registry of proud followers recruited by her loyal paladins. So I've been collecting books. I don't know why. Once you get to 100, you get. I think it's. Yeah, there's an achievement, a Steam achievement. And they haven't gotten rid of the fire at all, have they? Ow. Stop it. Now you see everybody's hurt. You don't have to do a long rest. You get these short rests, and everybody heals up half. There are some feats and stuff that you can get they'll reheal full with the short rests. But long rest costs. So long resting is your day rest, end of day. It costs camp supplies, which if you're like me and pick everything up, is not such a problem. But it can be a problem. All right. So this forge is non-operational, and I know from a book I found about it that I'm gonna have to like redirect lava flow to it. So let's jump over here and see what's going on. Insert item in the crucible. I'm assuming that's where. No, that's these are where the molds go. So let's see. I think I must have to put the ore inside the crucible and the mold there and click, but I don't think it's operational just yet. Again, I'm pretty sure I have to connect lava to it. Maybe not. Let's see. Hmm. according to the game, I have, well, Steam, I have 80 hours in for the last 2 weeks, but I'm not always playing. I leave it running a lot as, as I'm disabled. Sometimes I just can't sit for long extended period of times. I have to get up. I can't walk for long extended periods of time. So I have to lay down sometimes because sitting and walking and neither are comfortable. So sometimes I'll have to go take a break and lay down for an hour, or I might just have to just lay down where I'm at. Sometimes I'll click through dialogue while I'm doing that if I'm talking with someone, but moving around, that really doesn't work too well. If you notice, there is a anti-magic aura that we're all in right here because I've picked up some flowers that are anti-magic. But I've got to go into here. And we'll see. Oh, much better. I wish I could make this box wider. This is your camp travel pack, and this is where you can just send all of your stuff to. So you see, I've just been picking stuff up and sending it to the camp. I got tons of magic items I don't need, lots of other stuff. Right now, I'm looking for the molds. I might be able to melt down some existing stuff, but I don't know about that just yet. So these are all the books I have picked up. I've been saving. Some books you'll get multiples of, so I've sold all the multiples I've had of the books. The ones that have multiples still, I've recently picked up a second copy and haven't sold it yet. So I got a mace mold, I got a scale mail mold, I got a scimitar mold, and I got a shield mold right now. I am not using any of those things, so. And I wonder if I can use the. See, I have a silver ingot. I wonder. Let me see. I think I have some of the stuff in my pack already. All right, so I'm going to arrange stuff for her by weight. And then the heavier stuff we'll put back. So Justicar mail. Send to camp. Great sword. Oh yeah, that one gives me an extra ability. I should be running with that. Send to camp. Send to camp. No telling what stuff I picked up here. It was late the other night when I finished. Swathed in shadow while obscured by shadow. The wearer gains +1 to saving throws. It's actually pretty cool. She's got the warped intellect. Oh yeah, she's got the healing helm. He's got a regular helm. So I can send this to Will. I think it'll help. Send to Will. He has one that gives dexterity saving throw bonuses, but that's not as important. Oh, has to have medium armor. So that goes to the camp. Sorry for the cleanup here, but this happens all the time. It's quite the pain. But I still love it. it's still a very good game. There's a short bow of the Banshee. It's in that club. Deep. Ooh, that war pick's actually pretty good. There's so many magic items that are just not useful by a lot of the people you can start with. So you either sell them or buy a character who can use them. Oh yeah, definitely need to send that to. We'll do slave first because I don't know what she's sporting right now. Oh, she's got the increased jump distance boots. What boots are you wearing? Yes. These will be helpful for her. The boots she had on were immunity to spider webs, which I don't need presently. I have heard that Lizelle is a better tank at this point. Oh, useful. Smoke powder satchels. I didn't realize I had found those. This will help me blow stuff open. Oh yes, this is cool. I'm gonna keep this as situational. So there's a lot of magic items you'll keep as being good for specific situations, and you can just use them or equip them when you need them. So I have a pair of gloves like that on my bard, which give you, uh, yeah, advantage on your sleight of hand checks. So advantage when an item gives you advantage, or when you get advantage, it means you get to roll 2 dice instead of one and pick the higher of the 2 results. So this is super helpful. And by the way, I turned her into a thief bard, or not a thief bard. Well, I gave her sleight of hand because you can start your bards out with a few proficiencies and you can change what they come with. So sleight of hand because I needed someone on hand all the time who could crack open chests and doors. So I don't like a story in. Again, I'm playing a good character this time, so I've left Shadowheart out. I'm not using the cleric that everybody's using, even though she's very powerful. She is super powerful. I ran with her for a while. She's the first character you run into when you start out, so you have to use her. You have no choice for quite a while. And I guess people just got used to that. But I got tired of her evil ways. She is a priestess of Shar, and Shar is like the god of deceit. So not my thing in this run through. I do plan on playing this at least one other time and doing an evil character, because even in act 1, like the outcome of this act can be so different, and I know it's going to have future repercussions. So there's a lot of people I saved in act 1 that I'm going to get access to in Baldur's Gate. They will do things for me when I get to Baldur's Gate. The same cannot be said, I don't think, for the evil characters, although some characters will survive that I killed that might help you at a later date. And with as much emphasis as they have, so like your starting party or the starting characters you have access to, they're pretty evenly split between good and evil types. I love the fact that you're forced to deal with different types of people in your party. Like, I don't like an evil character. My character's good, but I have to rely on this evil character to heal me through the bad times. See? It's great. Sorry if anybody's watching. I'm taking my medicine or getting some of my medicine ready. Yes, I am in pain all the time, so I do cannabis for pain relief. Sometimes it's the only thing that keeps me going. So I'm trying to pack a bowl while we talk. I see I got a couple people watching. Thanks, guys. Shout out in the chat if you can. Let me know what you think. Again, I've only done the one combat session right now. There's not a. This game is a lot about exploring, and combat's pretty quick. And then you spend a lot of time looking for stuff, opening stuff up, trying to figure out how to open stuff up. You're finding scrolls and books that give you hints on how to make things happen, or you can just blunder around and stumble into stuff. And you're going to do a lot of both too. And you're going to want to save a lot. So I try not, I call it save scumming, when you save and you just repeatedly go back to get the outcome you want. A lot of people have said that you should just play through and enjoy the consequences of this game. And that is true. And a lot of the times I do that. But some things, again, I just, like this last area in Act 1, I think I played through it 4 separate times, almost in its entirety, because I got to a point where I couldn't proceed without taking a long rest, and the long rest uh, causes a bunch of story elements to be skipped. If you do a long rest, you're just SOL. So you have to do this one area all at once if you want to get all the experiences out of it. So I had to go back. And I still have a couple little areas that I haven't done. So I can go on to Act 2 right now. There's an elevator. I can go hop in the elevator. You can skip a bunch of stuff here. You don't have to do a bunch of this, but I don't want to skip it. I want to complete everything in Act 1. It's the OCD in me. I have to complete it before I can move on. So if you're OCD like me, you're going to be playing this game a lot longer than a lot of your other friends. And it's going to take time. Again, I think I have 80 Steam hours, but I'm doing this sometimes and I'm cleaning stuff out. And I do try to read some of the materials. So look, there's I think somebody said somebody did the numbers, pulled the data out of the save files. There's something like 150 hours of just story elements, like talking dialogue sessions. So this game is massive. That's 150 hours of dialogue. My save is 50 hours in, and I haven't finished Act 3. Again, I've got 80 hours in because I've had to scrub stuff and go back. All right. Now that I did her, oh yes, we were trying to get out the molds, and all right, let's see. Yes. Cleaning out some inventory. I got 10 candles. Like candles can do some stuff too. Like I've seen people carry candles around, and I really just need to do it myself. Because you can use a candle to light, like here. So I can use a candle on my sword. I should be able to use the candle on my sword. And make it flaming. Maybe I have to dip it in oil first. But I've seen you can make your items. Stop it. you can make your items flaming by dipping them in flaming oil. So it gives a little extra damage. Really ought to take advantage of that stuff. But I haven't had a super big problem with damage. What what I have noticed is that sometimes you're just gonna die if you end up like walking into a situation and unprepared, or if you get surprised like by a big group and you're at a disadvantage. Sometimes I've had to go back repeatedly to one scenario and eventually find like an advantageous starting point where I was overlooking the battlefield and I could just shoot everybody before they could get to me. That worked out really well a couple of times for me. I'm gonna send all this stuff to camp. This is just all the little items and garbage I've picked up along the way. You see mugs and silver plates, and these silver glasses are 40 gold a piece. See that down in the bottom there? And now they'll sell for me probably 10 gold, 12 gold, something like that. That's a magic item that sucks. Ooh, Ring of Resist, Absolute Force, Absolute Tempest. I've not been using any of the Absolute stuff. The Absolute is definitely evil. Some new evil god trying to come in and muscle in on Faerun. It's not my thing this playthrough. Next playthrough, I'm gonna take full advantage of all the absolute stuff and just go full sociopath. It'll be great. I think this game has a lot of potential for that. I think it really kind of handicaps your good players. So I'm gonna go ahead and send all of the spell scrolls to my sorcerer. I'll let him go through them, and some of those I'll send over. There we go. All right. I'm not gonna bother trying to clean up everybody's inventory right now. Just want hers cleaned it up so I could get all the molds out and not have to worry about weight problems because these things are heavy. Let's see. Mace mold, scale mail, Matar. I have no characters that are using any of those right now, so hopefully there's another mold down here. I'm surely I can find molds later and come back this area, but I do not know that for sure. As when you step into the Act 2 lift, it specifically tells you make sure you have done everything. And I could look it up online, but I don't want to. I do like some surprises still in this. All right, where? There we go. Adamantine slag, adamantine slag. I think I have. I want to try. I want to try something crazy. Let's see if I can melt some silver spoons and silver forks. I think this game just has a lot more combinations of stuff that I've not even really thought about. So we'll try some of that. And I am looking for one specific piece of ore that I picked up. Mithril ore. There it is. I don't think I have anything else. Maybe see if I can melt down a helmet. Nah. All right. Oh. So we put the splint mold in. Insert. I'm going to go ahead and save this in case it destroys the mold. And we'll start out not with the adamantite or even the mithril, but I want to see if I can melt a silver spoon. Nope. It won't let me insert them. So I can't melt the silver spoon. Can I split these and do silver? Oh, I can insert the silver spoon. Invalid component. Okay. Oh, can't use ingots. Well, that's good to know. I have mithril ore. Successfully inserted. Oh, I didn't realize there was a lever for it. Oh, okay. That's cute. Splint, scale, scimitar, shield, and mace. So we'll do the splint. I think I'm wearing splint armor. I'm wearing a chain shirt. All right. Yeah, see, I don't think it's working just yet. Oh, maybe it is working. That's the lava valve I'm supposed to open. So in the book it said I had to open a lava valve, but apparently if you put the stuff in, you get down here. But we're gonna go back to my save because I saw something that I needed to do before I started the mold up. As if you notice over here, there was a way off of this platform. I don't think there's any other ways off the platform. There might be a mold or other items over here that you can only get to at this point. So we're going to go test it. Because once you do things like starting this, it can have an adverse effect on what else you can do. So, oh, Christ on a creme. All right. What's over there? A chest. All right, so I'm gonna ungroup because there's obviously a bunch of fire. I'm gonna go ahead and ungroup her. I'll send my ranger. Wait till that burst happens. Jump over here. Oh fuck. Ow. Okay. I'm sure that lava elemental's going that fucking way. Man. What the? Fun. All right. Pump up. I do have fire resistance on. Now this is a situation I could go get Gale. He's in my try to run past here before he notices me. Yes, I did. Oh no, it's locked and I don't have my unlocker. This is something if so you can move items. It's too heavy for me to carry. But watch this. A la magic. Now it's in Carlax's inventory. And I can plop it down right next to the individual who can open it. Since she's got a fire elemental running around, I'm going to make sure she's hiding. She shouldn't be able to be found now. I don't have to worry about getting attacked by that fire elemental. I really don't want to fight a fire elemental in the middle of lava. If I can get its attention, I will. Yes, yes, Brian. 75 plus hours of main gameplay. I'd say that's on the low side, actually. I have heard estimates much, much higher. I've heard people say they've got 100 hours in, they skipped a bunch of side quests, and they're not on Act 3 yet. This game is amazing. This is my favorite CRPG ever. So, a Sentinel Amulet. Oh my lord! Talk to the Sentinel Amulet, key restoration, and shatter. That thing is pretty pimp. I don't know what talk to the Sentinel Amulet class action. Class actions, if you see, that means I have to give it to a specific class unless you're sun graced warmth radiates from both the pennant and the chain. Somewhere even a brief glance of it brings a smile to your face. So to figure out which class can use it, talking to the Sentinel Amulet might give me some benefit. Here we go. I usually don't like when items start telling me to do things, and laughter is not a good thing. There's several spells. Now, Karlak isn't the smartest person doing the investigating and stuff. Maybe I should have had someone else look at it, and I can still give it to someone else and examine it again. But we'll go ahead and try to investigate. No, investigate. Let's focus. Get some insight. See if we can get an investigation out of it. Oh, it's only, I need an 11. Oh, sweet. Obviously, it's cursed. Wear me forever. I'm wondering if I should fight this lava elemental. Man, I don't know. Where'd it go? Sometimes it's better just to skip stuff in this game. Oh no, don't come over here. Stop it. No, no, no. Eh, stop walking in fire. Stupid characters. Okay, he's over there right now. He's only got 95 hit points. I think they scale based on your level too. Because I'm level 6 now, and everything was level 4 when I was level 4. It was all level 5 when I was 5. I mean, this lava elemental could drop all kinds of goodies. But getting over here to fight him is not going to be fun. I'll have to move everybody into position one person at a time. All right. Well, I'm going to pause right there, guys. And I think that's going to be the end of the stream. It's only 2 people watching. It was good hanging out with you guys. I will start doing this once a week. I think I'm going to start doing the weekly broadcast, probably broadcast my Steam adventures. Thanks for watching.